Alright, hello, welcome to this YLOC tutoring video. Today we'll be going over lesson 7 of the 3rd grade worksheets. Alright, so write each time and write the 2 ways you can read each time. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be reading clocks and reading the time off of them. Okay, so the trick with this is that the shorthand, as you see over here, is the hour hand. It tells you how many hours there are, and this longhand is the minute hand, which tells you how many minutes there have been. So the way to read this is that this hour hand right here is just past 9, so we say that's 9, and that's the hour, and then we put a little colon, and then we get the minute, which is right here. So you read the minute by 5, so this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and right here it's pointing at one small tick after the 5th hour, which means that since this is 15, this is 20, this is 25, so this would be 26. So it's 9:26, and since this isn't a 24-hour clock, we can either write this as 9:26 a.m., which is, I believe, Latin for antes. No, wait. I think it means something about after ante meridium, which is before noon, and we have PM, which is PM, which is post meridian or meridium or something like that. It basically means AM is before noon, and PM means after noon. So that means that this time, 9:26 a.m. would be in the morning, and 9:26 p.m. would be at night. Alright. So, number 2. So we have the hour hand right here, which is pointing between 10 and 11. So we say it's 10, and then put a colon to separate the hours and the minutes. And since this is 0 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, so it's one tick mark after 45 minutes, so that means it's 46 minutes, so it's 10:46, and this could either be 10:46 before the noon, or 10:46 afternoon. So this is morning, and this is or I guess that's after, or that's around the morning, right before the noon, and that would be during night. So 10:46 a.m., 10:46 p.m. Okay, number 3. Alright. So the hour hand right here is the shortest hand. It's just after 11, so it's 11 colon to separate the hours and the minutes, and this is 10, so this is 15, so it's 3 after 10, so it's 13, so it's 11:13, and this could be either 11:13, well, that looks like 73, 11:13 a.m. or 11:13 p.m., which is morning, night. Okay, write the time using either AM or PM. Doing homework. Okay, so usually you do homework after you come back from school, which is around after like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So let's read this clock really quickly. This hour hand is pointing between 4 and 5, so we put it as 4, and the minute hand is pointing at 35, or 7, which is 35, which is 7 times 5 equals 35. So it's 4:35 p.m. afternoon, because that's after you come back from school. 2, when the moon shines, so that's usually at night. So noon is when the sun's the brightest of the day, so it wouldn't be 2 hours before noon, because that would be it's in the morning, which doesn't make sense. So it's probably 2 hours before midnight, which is afternoon. So let's see. This is the hour hands between 10 and 11, so it's 10, and the minute hands pointing at 3, which is 3 times 5, 15. So it's 10:15 p.m. And this digital clock is much easier to read. It's going to sleep. That's usually afternoon, so 9:15 p.m., which is afternoon. Okay, Matthew's schedule. So it looks like we want to subtract these. We want to find the time it takes to do each of these things. So between 4:05 p.m. to 5:10 p.m. Okay, so that's 1 hour, because that's 5 minus 4, which is 1 hour. And then 10 minus 5 is 5 minutes. So 1 hour is 60 minutes, so it's 65 minutes in total, so 65 minutes. That's the amount of time it takes to do homework for this guy. So basically you just subtract the hour separately and subtract the minutes separately. Okay, nap. 5:10 p.m. for 25, after 5:10 p.m. for 25 minutes. So here's what you do. You just do 5:10 plus 25, and this would be 5 and 3, so 5:35 p.m. So that's sleeping for 25 minutes. How long will it take for Matthew to do homework? 65 minutes, because that's how long we calculated. When will Matthew take his nap? That's starting at 5:10 p.m., so 5:10 p.m. How much time has passed when Matthew started doing homework to when the end of his nap? So that's from 4:05 to 5:35. So if we just subtract these, that's how we find how much time passed in between. So 30, and that's 1, so 1 hour 30 minutes. That's our answer for how long it took between those times. Word problems. Lily wakes up at 7:30 a.m. and eats breakfast 45 minutes later. What time does Lily eat breakfast? Okay, so she wakes up at 7:30 and she eats breakfast 45 minutes later. So that's 5, 7. Now the thing about time is that it's a base 60 system. Usually we're used to like a base 10 system. So that basically means you don't carry when it reaches 100, you carry when it reaches 60. So you take out 60 from 75, which leaves you 15. You add 1 to the hour mark. 8:15. 8:15 a.m. That's when Lily eats breakfast. The school bus picks up John at 8:15 and takes him 30 minutes to reach the school. What time does John arrive at school? So you want to add 30 minutes. 45 isn't greater than 60, so we can just leave it alone. Carry down the hour, and you get 8:45, so 8:45 a.m. Okay. Sam's soccer practice starts at 4 p.m. and ends 2 hours later. Okay, so we can just start with 4, add 2 hours, then you get 6. So around 6 p.m. And I'm only doing this because there's no minutes. It's exactly on the dot at 4 p.m. when the hour starts. Sarah goes to her friend's house at 5:30 p.m. and stays for an hour 15 minutes. What time does Sarah leave her friend's house? So this is easy. We just add 5:30 and add an hour and 15 minutes. 45 isn't greater than 60, so we don't need to carry any hours in, so it's just 5 plus 1, which is 6. So she leaves her friend's house at 6:45 p.m. because we start in p.m. So that's today's lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Good night and have a good day.